Good morning, fellow doll fans. So today I'm super excited. I just got #FailFix Loves.Glam in the mail. She's part of the #FailFix series, which is one of the newest dolls from Moose Toys. Moose Toys we know from having Shopkins, Real Littles, Kindy Kids, Capsule Chicks, and Scruffaloofs. I mentioned Scruffaloofs because I feel like the niche of these dolls is kind of like someone said, like a Scruffaloof. But if it were a doll. Because the entire concept with this is that she's had a makeover that has gone horribly wrong, and now you've got to fix it. From the matted hair that you are supposed to brush out and make absolutely gorgeous, to the makeup that we're going to remove, and the outfit reveal. Now, there are, I think, 5 different dolls in this. And I think there's a guide inside that'll show us which ones are available. We know that this one is Loves.Glam. We're going to brush her hair, take on the magic mask, and find out what her fashion is. Which in some ways feels a little odd because they show us, except when I saw the back of the box, it looks like there's 3 varieties you can get. And I'm really curious about that. And I'm going to have to find out if that's true. Now, Loves.Glam is asking us to be her style savior. Nope, no way. Nuh-uh. I can't be seen like this. It's opening night, and I'm not red carpet ready. This look has got me shook. Take over my makeover. I need help. So included in this is 1 FailFix doll, 1 outfit, 1 pair of shoes, 1 set of earrings, 1 necklace, 1 spa mask, 1 removable failed face, 1 brush, 1 hair curler tool, 4 hair elastics, 1 doll stand, and 1 how-to guide. I find it interesting they call it a failed face. That's just weird. So let's get to actually opening this. The question is how? That is so much glue. Do you just rip the back? I'm so confused. Yeah, I think you do just rip the back, but I don't want to rip the back. Guys, all this pretty artwork. You worked so hard on it, and now you just want me to rip it off? I don't know what to do about that. I think I am just stuck ripping it. Oh, that makes me sad. I like this artwork. Now my hands feel all gluey too. I am not a fan of this packaging. Oh! She's out! She's free! I don't want to set that down because it's gluey messy. The back is just full of glue. At least I'll be able to retain some of the front art, I think. Okay, now to really free the doll. There's her stand. I have always loved doll brushes and how very stylized they are. I love that they've got the logo imprinted on there. It looks a little bit like a cross between an icon on your phone and like a leaf or something. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Just in case I don't, let's give this another shot. Ha! The plastic is off. The doll is almost free. If there is a difference in outfits, then I just got the normal day wear one. All right, she's actually really pretty. I love that deep, dark red in her hair. Oh, look at that sad face. She needs help. So, here's the instructions. It looks like there are indeed 5 girls, and I remember there's also a specialty set where it's like you can dye and color her hair, so I think there's actually 6 girls. And so here's the contents, what we're doing. I like how the guide is specialized to this particular doll. So it goes over what's in there. First off, it wants us to free all the stuff in her hair. So it looks like most of it's held in there with little paper slips. And there goes some of her hair. I love how perfectly her hair is coiled across that one shoe. That's actually really cool. All right, so... I think that one's a necklace. So her necklace is this very cute translucent yellowy gold material. It's a lot like a very thin version of these hair curlers. And... what I want to know is how a girl gets so messed up with her hair and stuff that her shoes end up in her hair. How does that happen? Okay. Got one of her earrings. Her earrings are made out of that same translucent gold material. It almost looks like they have a little bit of a sparkle in them. And get that last poor earring out of there. I kind of feel like young hands might risk damaging the hair or the accessories this way. All right, so now that we got all of her accessories out, we need to put that spa mask on. So we're supposed to press until it clicks behind the ears. See how good at reading instructions I am? And now we're supposed to start brushing her hair. But I totally want to see the face come off. Oh my gosh. Okay, do you hear that crunch? Like, y'all hear that, right? All right, so let's keep brushing. Does anybody else worry they're gonna hurt the doll? Like, I just want to go wash her. Oh my gosh. It is getting softer, legitimately. I've heard people who've had issues with all the hair gel and stuff inside of the Rainbow High dolls and other dolls of the like, where they don't wash their hair, they just brush it for a very long time. But I guarantee you it's actually really hard to do on the back to do this over camera like this. Okay. Eek. So I'm going to call that chunk okay for now. Decurlify. Oh, that's a lot. I'm like sitting here going, this is going to hurt the brush. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. I mean, I should talk, but I shouldn't be so negative. But I really just want to go wash her hair. Maybe I'm just going to go do that. Will you guys forgive me if I go do that? I mean, I've kind of showed you how this works out. So I think I'm going to take off her faceplate, and then I'm going to go wash her hair. You okay if I break up? Oh, you know, that actually doesn't feel half bad right here. I still want to go wash it, but I can kind of see what they're talking about. Right here especially, it's hard to get up with the roots when the mask is still on. But right here, that feels relatively soft. I'm surprised with how much of the hair gunk you're able to get out. But I'm still going to go wash it because that's how I'm most comfortable. Anyway, so let's take off the mask and see how that looks. Okay. Wait, is there special instructions for how to take off the mask? I don't want to break her! Nope, just pull it off from the ear, and you can reattach the mask to play over and over again if you want. That was easy. Oh my gosh! Okay, let's see if we can zoom on this properly. Do you see that? Oh, it's actually creating the follow you illusion. I feel like that's gonna be really good for photography and the like. Or as a Halloween decoration, but I really like it. Oh, that face makeup is beautiful. Now, I have been reading online that you can't just get rid of it with acetone like other dolls, that it's actually a real pain to get off. So if you're looking at customizing her, that's something to consider. Don't you just love her hair with that makeup? She looks ready to go, right? Let's go wash her hair. All right, so her hair has fully dried. Here she is, the stunning beauty, Loves.Glam, who I feel like needs a real name. Okay, so her hair looks beautiful. No more crunch in it. It's not quite as soft as an LOL OMG doll, but it's functional for sure. I was a little disappointed to see the rooting is a little sparse for my taste, and I had a bit of difficulty finding the actual hair part and getting that to lie correctly. Let's give you a close-up of her with her accessories. Stunning, isn't she? Her eyelashes are actually molded onto her face, and I love that they give her a shimmery look without adding glitter, because even though I adore glitter, not everyone does, and that's legitimate. Everyone has a right to their own taste, and I'm glad there's a doll for everyone. So she's jointed in her knees, her wrists, her elbows, and her shoulders, and her head. Her head can spin fully around and can move up and down slightly. I would say just a touch more than an LOL OMG doll. Oh, and she's jointed in her hips. So her knees on this particular doll, one of them is a little bit loosey-goosey, but I think it's just this doll, and I think it'll wear itself into place. Her wrists go all the way around, and they do detach for ease of clothing the doll. Her wrists bend fully, as does her shoulder. She can almost touch her ear. She's close. Honestly, though, I've had her sitting in various places on my bookshelf, and I have been impressed with what kind of range of positions I can get her in, and I adore that. Her dress is, unfortunately, in my opinion, just very cheap. It's printed on a single fabric. You can see the underside of the fabric here. You can see the texture of the fabric right on camera there, and how much that just contrasts the actual print they try to put on the dress. It has a Velcro closure in the back, about halfway up. She does have painted on panties. The joints in her hip are this like open ball joint kind of look, and I really like that, except it might make it difficult for her to have a swimsuit on. We'll check that out later. So her shoes are this soft rubbery plastic. They go on pretty easily. They have a textured heel. You can even see the zipper on the side there, which was a nice detail. They have a leathery look on the ankle boot, and it has a painted yellow gold chain across the front. It's a very cute shoe. I feel like it was well-intentioned and fairly well executed, but it didn't create a good final look. Honestly, I am thrilled with this doll. I'm going to be going over some more of my thoughts on her in a minute. I'm going to switch over to a slideshow format as I show you what kind of outfits from other dolls fit on her, and I have some looks that I'm really excited about. For the body and face aesthetic, I'm giving her an 8.5 out of 10. She is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the thicker, curvy quality of her body, and that these dolls come with 2 varieties of body right off the bat. I love the follow me eye illusion. I love her makeup that looks so modern. For intended functional quality, I give her about a 6. The face mask that's part of the play has print marks on it, and that looks pretty standard for all of them. Out of the box, her knee was stiff. It felt like the plastic would break if I bent it. It did get better as I very carefully forced it into place and forced it back. I would prefer that it were made with a stronger plastic so it didn't feel like that, but that's not a make or break situation. She doesn't sit stably for me. Her legs aren't heavy enough to support her weight for her to comfortably balance. This could possibly be fixed with, again, a more dense plastic in the legs or just by bigger and heavier shoes. Other than that, everything that the box says she'll do and everything that feels implied that a doll should do, she seems to do pretty well. For clothing quality, I'm giving her a 3. There's really no excuse for this kind of a dress. For $20, getting only one outfit that is a single dress with no stockings or anything like that, it's textured fabric that is printed on, very few details or seams. I would love to see more detail or even an additional set of pajamas or a robe or something. I think that would make a lot more sense. For quality and quantity of accessories, you really have to compare it to another doll of a similar price point to give you a bit of a bar line. For example, Hairdorable's Hairmazing dolls, which are also about $20. You get much more substantial earrings, you get hair and hat pieces, you get purses, oftentimes socks, or more substantial shoes with more painted details, more molding, and they're thicker and heavier. I just feel like the level of detail and how many accessories you get with this doll is a bit sparse for the price point. For this score, I gave her a 3 because I really feel like they could have done better. For the unboxing experience, I'm giving it a big, fat 1. That was terrible. There was so much glue. It was very difficult. I didn't really feel like I could just jab it with a scissors or anything. I did try at one point. I got a huge pile of trash that wasn't really recyclable, and it was just a frustrating experience, and that is not anything you want in an age of unboxing toys as a form of advertisement. I also want to point out that their surprise outfit element really doesn't work like they wanted. Surprise elements are not a buzzword you throw in just to, check off a box or something. If you want that element as part of your toy, you really need to invest in it, and creating a difficult unboxing experience to go with a surprise, that works against each other. Also, no one wants to buy multiples of this doll to get the glittery evening wear or whatever one that they wanted in the first place. For the novelty experience of this doll, I'll give you a solid 8. I kind of feel like by doll 2 or 3, or if you got the whole set, it would get old and frustrating, and a child would get bored, which means mom or dad would end up doing it. And I think that's going to limit how many dolls get purchased in the end. For the first doll, it was actually a fun experience. Even brushing out her hair and getting that gel out. If I weren't so persnickety about it, I probably would have enjoyed that a lot more. I was really glad that I could just go wash her hair. I really do want these dolls to thrive, and I don't think that the novelty of fixing the fail will carry them through in the future. I really am eager to see what kinds of expansions and spin-off ideas Moose Toys has. Overall, I definitely think this doll was worth getting. I love the glamorous look. I love how a lot of the clothing that I already have fits her, that the clothing she didn't come with. I think she's a phenomenal doll with her posability and articulation. I do think it's worth noting that even though she felt like she didn't come with her money's worth, I also want to point out that Moose Toys actually makes a big deal on their website about what kind of anti-slavery and anti-human trafficking practices they try to keep up with their third-party manufacturers, requiring many different hoops for the manufacturers to jump through, third-party certifications for them to get. And even if a toy company were not using slave labor, getting those certifications will raise the cost, and that's a moral dollar towards my doll. That makes me feel a little better about getting this doll. I also want to point out that Moose Toys is an international company, which means they've got more hurdles to get through in getting their product to the US for a reasonable price. So I'll take that as a grain of salt before complaining about the price entirely. I do think they can do better by switching their emphasis from the novelty on the doll to giving us a little bit better quality, because they have a great product here. They just need to fine-tune it. But that's just my take. I would love to hear what you thought. Do you think the clothing was fine? Which doll from this line is your favorite? Beside the only one to mostly skip brushing her hair and just wash it? Let me know down below. Thanks for joining me, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Happy doll hunting!